Today we are going to talk about superlatives and comparatives. Okay, we will start with the comparatives, okay? How can we compare? We can compare to people, places, animals, things, or groups. Okay, how can we form the comparative adjective? We can add er. For example, tall, taller, big, bigger, nice, nicer, pretty, prettier, okay? For example, when we have tall, here we have T-A-double-L. So we add what? ER. What about big? We have to do what? To double the last letter. It will be what? Bigger. And nice, we have E at the end of the word nice. So we don't add ER, we only add R. What about pretty? Pretty, as we can see, it ends with Y. So after a consonant. So we do what? We cancel I before adding ER and we put I instead of it. Then we add ER. The longer adjective more than one syllable, we can't add ER, so we do what? We add more at the beginning of the adjective to make it what? Comparative. So difficult will be more difficult than. Interesting will be more interesting than, and so on. Okay, what about the superlatives? The superlatives, here we do what? We compare three or more people, places, things, animals, or groups. We have to do what? We have to add est. For example, tall will be the tallest, big, the biggest, and so on. For example, we have here Karen. Karen is the tallest girl in our family. What about the longer adjective? Here we can't add est like we said before. So we do what? We add most or least. For example, physics is the most interesting subject, and so on. Now we will move to what? To the comparative adverb. What do I mean when I say adverb? Adverbs are the words that modifies the verb. For example, when I say he walks slowly, we have walks is the verb and slowly is the adverb. It answers the question how. How does he walk? He walks slowly. How can we compare adverb? The same rule applies to adverb as we did with the adjectives. So we have to do what? We add er to many adverbs to make them comparative. We have here the example, he ran faster than me in the race last week. Here we have the adverb is what? Fast. How did he run? He ran fast. So the answer will be what? He ran faster than me. This is what? Comparative adverb. But most adverbs that end in ly, we can't add er. So we do what? Like we did with the what? With the longer adjective. We add more or less before the adverb. Like here we have what? He drives carefully than his wife. Where is the adverb here? We have he, subject, drive, the verb, carefully is the adverb. We want to do what? We want to compare the adverb. So we do what? We add more before the adverb. So it will be what? He drives more carefully than his wife. Okay, what about the superlative adverb? As we said before, superlative means what? Comparing three or more. Okay, so how can we form the superlative adverb? As we said before, the adverbs are what? Are words that describe how we do the action. Okay, like we said, we can say quick, quickly, loud, loudly, lazy, lazily, easy, easily. These are the adverbs that we add what ly to them. But we have other irregular adverb, as we said, like what? Like fast, fast, early, early, late, late, hard, hard, right, right, and so on. How can we form the superlative here? We will begin with what? With the irregular adverb, fast. Here we have the example, he ran the fastest, okay? Where is the verb? It's ran. How did he run? He ran fast, okay? We want to make it superlative, so here we do what? We add the before the adverb and est after it. So it will be what? He ran the fastest. Okay, what about the adverb that end in ly? Like we said power, powerfully, skillful, skillfully. How can we form the superlative here? Like we said before, we have to do what? We can't add est to them, so we do what? We add must or least before this adverb to make what? The superlative adverb. For example, here we have what? The wind blew hardest and most powerfully. Here the adverb is what? Powerfully. It ends in what? In ly. The wind blew powerfully. We have to what? To add must to make it superlative. The wind blew most powerfully. Another example, he draws. Instead of saying beautifully, we have to add must. He draws most beautifully among all her friends. Judy, number 3. Judy played skillfully. We can say Judy played the most or the least skillfully. For example, among all her friends. Here are a few regular adjective and adverb. For example, good will be better than the best. Well, better than the best. Bad, worse than the worst. Badly, worse than the worst. Much and many, more than the most. Little, less than the least. Far, further than the furthest, or farther than the farthest. Some adjective can take er and est or more and most. Like here we have quiet, polite, simple, friendly, lovely, lively. For example, we can say my area is quieter or more quiet than yours. Okay, here we can't use er or est, but we can use more or most. For example, with wrong, fun, right, real, or ill, we can't use what? Er or est, but we can use more or most. We have here the example. We can't say swimming is fun and add er. We can't say it, but we can say what? Swimming is more fun. Here are some of the common mistakes. For example, number 1, a common mistake is to use er or most instead of est or most. We can't say he is the nicer person, but he is the nicest person. We can't say he is the more intelligent person I know, but he is the most intelligent person I know. Another common mistake is to use more and er or both est and most. We can say he is more quicker than me, but he is quicker than me. We can't say he is the most quickest runner, but he is the quickest runner. Another common mistake is to use as instead of then or vice versa. Like what? We can't say he is quicker as me, but he is quicker than me. We can't say he is as quick than me, but he is as quick as me. Okay, we have here the table. We have adverb, comparative, and superlative. The adverb here is what? Number 1, fast. To make it comparative, it will be what? Faster than. Superlative, the fastest. Another one, hard. It will be what? In the comparative form, harder than. Superlative, the hardest. Strongly, adding what? More or less. So it will be what? More or less strongly than. To make the superlative, we can say the most or least strongly. Slowly, the last one, we can say more or less slowly. And superlative, the most or least slowly. Okay, here we have confusing adverb. Take care of the difference in meaning between, for example, hard and hardly. Number 1, he works hard. Hard here means what? Using a lot of effort. But the second one, he's not my friend. I hardly know him. Here, hardly means almost not. We have also a difference in meaning between late and lately. For example, they got up late yesterday. Here it means what? Not early. They didn't get up early yesterday. The second one, he has been working hard lately. Here lately means what? Recently. There is a difference also between near and nearly. There is a new band quite near. Near here means what? Close. But it's nearly 10 o'clock means what? It's almost 10 o'clock. There is a difference also between high and highly. For example, the eagle flew high in the sky. High here means at a great height or far up in the sky. The second one, he is a highly intelligent boy. Means what? To a large extent. So take care of these. Okay, there is a difference in what? A meaning between hardly, late, lately, near, nearly, high and highly. Here we have some exercise. Put the correct form of the word in brackets to complete. Okay, number 1, yesterday I finished work, space usual, and we have late between brackets. So the answer will be later than. The next one, this is best story I've ever heard. Between brackets, amazing. So the answer will be, this is the most amazing story I have ever heard. The next one, could you speak space please? Instead of slowly, it will be what? More slowly, please. I sleep much, between brackets, okay, we will make it what? More than. I sleep more than you. The next one, the movie is space, the book, between brackets, bad. Make it what? The movie is worse than the book. The next one, Pluto is space planet from the sun, between brackets we have far. Make it what? The farthest or the furthest. Pluto is the farthest or the furthest planet from the sun. We have this is space meal I've ever had, between brackets bad. So we say what? This is the worst meal I've ever had. We have here the form as. Why do we use as? To say what? To say that the two things are what? Are the same or are equal. For example, here we have football. Football is exciting. Basketball is exciting too. So both of them are what? Are exciting. In order to compare here, the meaning is what? They are both what? Equal. Or they are both the same. So we use what? To compare, we use as. So we can say football is as exciting as basketball. If we want to make it negative, we can say football isn't as exciting as basketball. We can also use as with adverb. So it will be as plus adverb plus as. We have here the example, Ali runs quickly. Omar runs quickly too. So both of them, Ali and Omar, both run quickly. We want to compare or to say that they are both the same. So we're gonna say what? As plus adverb plus as. Ali runs as quickly as Omar. To make it negative, we have the verb runs. Make it negative, doesn't run. So Ali doesn't run as quickly as Omar. We have here a new form, the comparative. Why do we use it? To say that one thing affects another. For example, we have here what? The harder he trains, the better he becomes. So, what do you notice here? We use what? The harder. We didn't say the hardest. We said what? The harder he trains, the better he becomes. It means what? That the more he trains, the result is what? He becomes what? Better. So, the harder he trains, the better he becomes. Another example, we have what? The colder the weather, the higher the risk of ice. Here, as the one before, we said what? The colder, not the coldest, and the higher, not the highest. It means what? This weather, it gets what? Colder. And the colder this weather is, the higher the risk of ice. The risk of ice what? Becomes higher. We have here another example to make it clear. This is okay. As our cat grows older, it gets fatter. And you are asked to use what? Between brackets. As you can see, we have what? The. How can we use it? Where is the adverb here? We can see that older. We have older and fatter. So we use what? We use the before them. So we're gonna say the older, the fatter. The older, the fatter. The comparative, the comparative. The older our cat grows, what happens as a result? The fatter it gets. So we use this form to say that one thing affects another. Here we have to and enough. Why do we use to? TOO. Here we use it to what? To say that something is more than we want or need. Okay? We have to do what? We have to put to plus adjective or adverb. Like the example here. It's too far to walk. We have too far. TOO. Too far to walk. And we have the other two, TO plus verb infinitive. Okay, take care. We have here to walk, it's TO plus verb infinitive, but the other one, TOO, too far. To plus what? Adjective or adverb. Like the second example, it's raining too hard for us to go out. Here we have also too hard. It means what? That we can't go out because of the rain. It's raining very, very hard. We have also enough, but here we do what? We put the adjective or the adverb before enough. Like the example, he's skillful enough. Okay, we have here skillful, the adjective, and then we have the word enough. What about the adverb? The second example, like what? They weren't trying hard enough. We have here, where is the adverb? It's hard. Then we put the what? We put enough, hard enough. They weren't trying hard enough. We can also use enough with the noun. Like the example here, we have enough lemonade for everyone. Notice that we put enough plus the noun. We put enough then the noun. Or we can say the negative, we don't have enough lemonade for everyone. Okay, that's it for today. Thanks a lot and good luck.